Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hey, good morning, everybody. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Gauranga. Let's try that again. That's nice. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Good morning. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Oh, Mama, oh, my Lord. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Oh, Krishna, oh my Lord. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Gauranga Nityananda. Oh, yeah. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Gauranga Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Jesus, 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 Srila Prabhupada. Jesus, Jesus, Srila Prabhupada. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Gauranga Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Oh, Krishna. Oh, yeah. Oh, my Lord. You're so juicy, juicy, juicy fruit. Oh, yeah. Sweet and juicy. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Ah. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna. Oh boy. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. Yes. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Gauranga, Gauranga. The treasure of the universe is Gauranga. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, the life of the universe. We're going to make Sri Krishna Chaitanya, we're going to exalt him as the life of the universe. Yes. So we got to taste that Lord. We got to eat this bread of life a lot. A lot. Eat every day this word. Krishna, Radha, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna. Let's try some of this here. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare. Oh, Krishna Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Oh. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama. Oh, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Whew, this is intense. Intense happiness. Ah. Wow. Phew. Ah. Mm. Luscious. Very good. How does this work, man? Deepens all the time. It's always interesting, fascinating. Okay. Let's see here. Chapter 9, Adi Leela. Chaitanya Charitamrita, continuing on. Text 5. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gora Bhaktavinda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gora Bhaktavinda. I take shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Take shelter. Again, these words are so mystical and magical and so profound. Take shelter. Can you imagine? What does that mean? How do you take shelter? Like people say, I believe in Jesus. I believe in Krishna. I believe in Jesus. I believe in Lord Chaitanya. How do you really take shelter?
I connect.
Yeah. You take shelter. The shelter is erected by their word. The word creates a shelter. See, the conception creates a shelter. So you have a shelter, this word, this conception. This is, see, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is we get that. We get a conception. See, conception means to conceive of a reality. See, that's why it's the word of God creates it's a seed of conception of a reality that's eternal. See, otherwise people have a seed in their creating conceptions of they're living in these temporary worlds, temporary realities here. Be like the big thing. Ooh, the meta universe. Ooh, you're gonna live in the meta universe. What is it? What's in there? Nothing. It's all just stuff that's in this universe, and they just throw it in there. And then you just don't have to use your body to go, look at it. You're just in your mind, floating up it's all, see, it's a reality, temporary reality, imagination. See, this is why I'm not impressed, with the sayings of Einstein, about the imagination. What imagination? I give up imagination. I like as it is. Just give me the conception of God. Let me relish the happiness in that conception. That's how I'm teaching here. We're erecting a shelter of the conception of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but not a speculation, as it is. Just relish as it is. Just relish as the gopis saw Krishna. As the residents of Vrindavan saw Krishna, that's good enough for me. It's more than good enough. It's the most fantastic thing in this world is to relish mellows. Oh, just give me the name. I don't have to speculate on it. Just give me the name. Let me taste it. And everything is perfect from there. Supreme is the personality of Godhead is a shell. Can you imagine if any devotees came here, the conception of the Supreme Lord you would get? We just go deep here, deep in the understanding. Just because I don't speculate on that Lord, it just shows me, right? One word, that's all I need. That seed, you know, and the shelter is erected. I just you can check in the book, and then it'll all just open up, and you'll just say, "Wow, that's it, man. How come I never thought of that before?" Because you can't think of it. You have to just relish that taste. You have to surrender. I take shelter. See, take shelter of this. I take shelter. People think use the word sheeple in Pani really. Oh, sheeple. I don't want to be a sheeple. I'm a sheeple. I'm a sheeple of the Vaishnavas, man. Their conceptions. I'm under their shelter. That's the resume, man. Everybody, they don't want to be, I don't blame you. You got to just gradually get it. How, people see everybody's a sheeple. You're either a sheeple of your rebellion, you're dedicated to your rebellion against, the Lord's Maya, or you're complying to it like a sheeple, because everybody, this is, we're built for that. We're built for surrender. That's why, these elites, they say, hey, man, you don't surrender the New World Order, we're going to get rid of you. We want sheeples here. That's what they want, right? We want you're going to be back into the slave trade again. We're going to trade you like cryptocurrencies. Use you, abuse you, all these. That's what the Lord's Maya does. It was always intended to do that. The only answer is to become a sheeple of the truth. The absolute eternal truth, submissive, surrendered to it, just like they are, just give me the math, whatever. What do you want me to do? I'll do it. Yes, I believe in you. Yeah, we just got to believe in the Vaishnavas and what they give in here. I mean, if you want, I do. That's the example. Hey, man, I'm a sheeple of the Vaishnavas. I love their conceptions. I don't like speculation. Gets me off of them, and I can't relish mellows. So I just give me the shelter, man. Just, just let me just come under the shelter as an experienced devotee and just experience that shelter and then talk about it. See, that's what you need, an experienced devotee that comes under the shelter. You can see this person's really under the shelter, man. He's really a sheeple of the Vaishnavas. I don't, I want to just submissively come under the shelter that they've erected. We've already, Rupa Goswami erected a very nice shelter, very worthy. Krishna Das Kaviraj, their prayers are just my shelter. I'm just here to explain them, and to bring forth more things because I'm amazed, that's why I come here every day. I love the news. You got to be in news. If you're not, you're going to go and listen to the bad news. There's one lady, she told me the other day, she says, man, I can't even look at the news. I get so afraid and all that. Yeah, well, come look at this news, man. This news will make you ecstatic. This is news, always ever fresh and ever enlivening because it's about the eternal reality. See, we come under that shelter. Yeah. Simple. I take shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We need experienced devotees who have that shelter. How do you know? Just like Lalita in her morning class today. She's talking about, the ecstasy is a symptom of the mercy. That's all. Symptom of the mercy. That you got the mercy because you're under that shelter now and you trust it. Okay? So, like I said, the sheeple, being a sheeple, because you got to have a living representative here. That's why the sheeple are here. That's why they got living representatives leading them into their destruction of their bodies. That's just, they're following, right? Somebody alive. So why wouldn't you need somebody alive to lead you into freedom? Freedom fighter, fighting for your freedom. I already got mine. Yeah. Now I'm bored, man. I don't want to do. No, I'm not bored, but I want something. I like to sharpen my spear, man. I don't want to just sit here while I'm in this world. I want to, I want to lead some others to freedom. I'm a freedom fighter. What about you guys out there? I like this. Matori steps up to the plate, man. The word is bearing fruit like that. I love it, man. See, that's good. Vaidhi Bhaktas are like that. When they become preachers, they're good preachers, like Johann. Very solid. So yeah, it's hard to get them sometimes. Always trying to run away. Yeah. So if you're going to be a sheeple, man, why not be a sheeple of an experienced devotee that you can see this person? I have confidence they got the shelter of the Lord, and what are they going to give me? Just the shelter that they got. I'm a sheeple there. What do you just become a sheeple in the line? And that's what you teach, how to become a sheeple of the absolute truth. There's nothing wrong with it. Vaishnavism is about submissiveness to the absolute truth. That's why the antithesis is the material world. These sheeple are they're indirectly submissive to the absolute truth in the form of maya, an illusion, but it doesn't have a great result, does it? This has a fantastic result, man. This is true Vaishnavism we're preaching. You can check the books and you'll see we put it in a practical way that nobody's really been able to perform. Being a sheeple of a false acharya is not going to do you much good. Maybe help you a little bit in the beginning as a neophyte, but come on, man. You got to be a sheeple of an experienced devotee, not that level of hypocrisy. Yes, I'm a guru of Vrindavan. I'm going to lead you to Vrindavan. Yeah, are you in? Can you prove that you're in Vrindavan consciousness? Can you chant the holy name with the highest ecstasy that they have, that nobody else has in this world? You can't even see this ecstasy even on my disciples in not even one of these gurus out there. Not one. You show me, and I'll show you. Not even in Prem Parojana. They can't show it. Oh, but it. Oh, that's all you hear. A bunch of shuck and jive. They don't have it, man. No, but they'll also. Oh, yeah, he's an ecstatic. He's just following Rupa Goswami. Doesn't show. No, you can't show. I dare you, man. I double dare. I triple dare you to come and chant the holy name here. I'll just you put your champions. You show me one disciple that has real ecstasy. You don't even have it yourselves. I mean, am I saying anything wrong? I just like matter of fact stuff now. I don't want to stop all this feigned humility stuff. Come on, man. Show us you got some wealth, man. This is the wealth, man. This is treasure. You got any of this kind of treasure? Or you just got a bunch of disciples. You think that's treasure for you? If you can't purify them because you don't have this kind of ecstasy, you got a big burden on your neck, man. Could you imagine? Look at what some of my disciples go through, even after ecstasy. They still need help. You notice that? They still need something solid, man, to get them through. Could you imagine all they can't even get people up to the level of ecstasy. Okay? So anyway, this is the thing, man. That's why the Lord has empowered Prabhupada, man. He was a sheeple of the absolute truth. He was dedicated to the truth. He knew you shouldn't be an acharya unless you were empowered by Krishna. That you're a Shaktivesh empowered avatar, man. Empowered to deliver the world. Krishna's really using you genuinely. You're a hot iron in the fire, man, and you burn the Maya. Yeah, so if you can't step at the plate, there's somebody around now that can. Yeah. So anyway, it's time, because people are sheeples of the Maya, or they're sheeple of religion. All of it, all that there in Vaishnavism. Everything I've seen is more or less religion. It's not this. This is it, man. Isn't this? You can read the book and you can say, my God, that's a living book going on here. That's what's going on here is what's going on then. They're in ecstasy, man. Boy, are they conclusive. They're doing just like Srinivas was doing. He was destroying these kinds of illusions with the Bhagavatam, the real shelter, the real as it is conclusion. He just obliterated the Maya, just like this. There's no difference. If you were actually back then when Srinivas was preaching, he was ecstatic and he was conclusive. He went into that assembly there and destroyed the Brahmins' conclusions, which were full of speculations because they weren't experiencing this ecstatic worship. Got a lot of potency here, man. See? Sometimes soft like a flower, hard like a thunderbolt. Isn't that interesting? Where does that come from? You got to be these scriptures. The people got to look at you. Man, that guy is so soft like a rose. And then, man, God, is he like a thunderbolt? Hey, I couldn't be like this. You know, not on your own. The Lord has to be really genuinely using you. This is the problem. What they can't show if unless you're genuinely used by the spiritual potency, and then people look at the scriptures and say, "My guru is like that. My God, ecstatic prema emanates from him, and by His word, my God, they're not even a little hair of ignorance is left." My God, fearless, lion like. Hey, man, where are those qualities? You see anybody like that out there? If you're being used by Lord Chaitanya, they're going to have those kind of qualities. Then you're going to really understand who Lord Chaitanya is. It's reflected on his real servants. Otherwise, how are you going to know? You're going to hear all these speculators. They're going to tell you who Lord Chaitanya is. Those who don't intimately commune like Lord Chaitanya did with Krishna. How are we going to know anything? Come on, man. Time to grow up, isn't it? Here's your opportunity to grow up. Birds and the bees time, spiritual birds and the bees. You know, how to have intimate dealings with Radha and Krishna. That's what we're here for. Birds and the bees. Transcendental birds and bees. Make you a bee. See that word shelter is so fantastic, man. The shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and you get it, man, when you hear it. See, that's how you get out of speculation. The words of the devotees, they're built on the solid foundation of the revealed scriptures, and they give you those valuable jewels. See, and then they become valuable to you because, God, all I've been getting. Look, ask Johan, ask Lalita, ask Johan, Janaki. All they were getting is colored glass in Vaishnavism. All these gurus giving just a bunch of glass, nothing really real. Here, you get real jewels, right? Well, they're jewels to me, man. I'm just sharing my jewels with you. I think it's a treasure to be able to chant Hare Krishna in the greatest ecstasy, what brings tears and laughter to you. If you're not on that page, you don't know Lord Chaitanya at all. You definitely don't have the shelter. If you're a guru and you cannot show your disciples that you're in the real line of electricity all the way back to where Nityananda was crying in ecstasy and Lord Chaitanya was, can't show that in the world. What kind of representative of the real line are you? This is the birds and the bees, man. It's time to wake up. Like the sheeple are waking up. They're thinking, why are we serving this Maya? All they want to do is kill us. What do they do in religion? They kill your spirit if you got any. Here, you come here, your spirit will awaken and become inflamed. Just like Jesus said, my Father is looking for this kind of worship. Like Lord Chaitanya said, my Lord Krishna is looking for this kind of worship. Worship in the spirit, man. Spirit. You notice any spirit here? Do you think it's holy? You darn tootin' it is. It's no ghostly thing. It's no modi thing in the modes of nature. It's not even in goodness. Even goodness is like, oof, who needs that? I'm just going to ecstatically worship my Lord. No, Radha and Krishna, my shelter. Lord Chaitanya, who's Radha and Krishna, is my shelter, man. I love their word, man. I love their names. That's all I need. Look, everything comes from that. This is called rasa dancing in action. It's not just in the book, it's here now. Isn't it great to have a rasa dance, huh, Lalita? Isn't that beautiful? She rasa dance every day, with her little chanting, man, ecstatic worship, man. The great class comes, great realization. I mean, that's rasa dancing, man. And everybody, "Hmm." Like, they're like fish looking out. Well, what's going on there? Well, it must be so. Who the hell? You're just a fish going like, what do you know?
Lower consciousness. How, how can they turn the light on if there is no electricity? They can't turn the they
Yeah,
cannot.
yeah. Anyway, we're just having a little fun here. Got to make it a little joke here at the, you know. We're trying to actually help everybody, really, believe it or not. Some entertainment is involved. What do we got here? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, anyway, it comes natural actually, this surrender thing. Like basically we're here, we're built for surrender, man. So um either surrender to the illusion, and those who are, like representatives, oh Fauci, they actually worship these people. The communists, if you really go in there, you notice if you like the CCP in China, they worship him. In Korea also. They go all, hey, holy, but it's all material thing. It's an illusion. This guy and their false ego. Wow, I'm being worshipped and all that. These gurus are a little bit like, nah, not many of them, a little bit like that. Oh, where's you? Wow, because you got to have Ras, man. So you either got to be a worshiper or worshipped. And the two blind persons tangoing. That's their rasa dance illusion. See? So here, I mean, if you come here and you see that I'm just taking shelter of the Vaishnavas and I'm delivering, what is prasad? What do they talk about eating prasad? This is prasad, man. This is what the Lord is in my relationship with God. I'm sharing that. This is the remnants. What do you think this book is I'm reading from? This is the remnants. I'm just eating remnants of the Vaishnavas. And from them becomes maha prasad. Yeah, especially now, because look, now you can understand the book. Can you imagine? You couldn't understand before. Now you do. You understand the ecstasy of the resonance of Vrindavan. Man, that's pretty cool, isn't it? Pretty amazing. Well, I don't know. See, you're going to see. I'm going to, the Lord's going to show the world that, hey man, we're doing the real deal here. And he'll point out all the illusions, and they will learn, they will understand that, because everybody's looking for happiness, and that's happiness is here. We have the greatest happiness in the world. Go ahead there, Lolita, say something.
I'm sorry, I'm replying to Sim all the time.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's okay. I thought you wanted to say something. No, okay. Yeah, we got the greatest happiness here. The happiness is loving Krishna. So you have that love for Krishna. Have Radha's mercy, really. That's really the essence. That's all we're distributing here is Radha's mercy, so that we can really love Krishna. Only she can love Krishna. We need her mercy. We need her love to enter our hearts, to awaken our hearts. Whatever you want to say, how it works, it has to just get there somehow or other. And the way it gets there fast is here. That's why the purification is intense. You come here and you say, I want Krishna. I want you. Well, then Krishna will put you through the ringer. He'll throw you in the washing machine, man, and wash you real good, and then put you in the dryer and dry you all out and hang you up to dry. And then he'll put you on. You become some of his clothing. Now, isn't that nice to be a little ornament on him? That's all we want. That's all I want. Just make me an ornament, maybe a little speck of dust. Carry me around. Let me be close. Isn't that what we want? Is closeness and intimacy? I don't crave intimacy with any human being anymore. Isn't that why? Because this is so satisfying. I mean, I cannot imagine. I look at having intimacy with worldly people with their worldly consciousness. It's like a person farting. To be honest with you, it's at that point. That's what it comes down. It's like, why would you want to live in Fartsville when you can have the aroma of closeness with Krishna and Radha and the devotees, pure Vaishnavas? Yeah, you can write that aphorism down. But it's okay, because it's nice to preach and to share with people. Yeah, I go and meet people. I talk with them. I do all kind. I'm a little bit like Bhagavan Acharya. What one of his glories is? He could associate with mundane people, and he wouldn't get polluted. But that's every devotee. When you start getting devotion, you can go out there and rub shoulders with all kinds. I have them call me up. One guy called me up and said, "Hey, you want to meet for coffee?" And I'm sure, of course, when I was down talk, it'll be mundane talk and stuff like that, probably. But it's people get some kind of thing. Then I'll leave and I'll just go on my way. And I've learned something because I learned about the mentality of people and all that stuff, and maybe some kind of edge how to get in there. And yeah, so that's one of the perks. I mean, here we're here to teach the glories of bhakti. You can go in a bar. I can go anywhere I want, man. I proved it, man. I was in Pattaya Beach. I fasted for 30 days. No problem, man. Chanted, had 3 or 4 classes a day. Always ecstatic. It's all on video. Go check it out, man. That's bhakti, man. I love bhakti. It's the best thing in the world. There's no other path you can do like this. Oh, and control of the mind, I never even have to think about it. And all these people are always thinking about, oh, meditation. I got to control my mind is out of my kind of. With bhakti, man, with this path, with this kind of association, there's freedom, man. Very quickly, you get free. Okay? And yeah, there's nothing, hands down, there's no better path. Buddhism is not, it doesn't touch it. Even Christianity, there's unclarity in Christianity, man. They're still trying to fight what they're still trying to fight God, actually. They think that, and even though the scriptures say, don't, hey, man, this is all going to come around. Yeah. So this to me is the best because here we neutralize all the modes of nature, which it's about, is neutralizing all the modes of nature. And this is how you do it. Bhakti swallows it up, swallows up the modes, all of them. Even goodness is not even allowed to control. Isn't that amazing? Even goodness can't control. That's why, when we preach like this and this kind of ecstasy, those in goodness often want to come and control it. They don't like this. This is what Prabhupada, he was kind of transcendental, and his God wanted to control him. What is this? You're going too far. Too far? What's too far? You're not in our box. Somebody put up something about a box. Get out of the box. Yeah. Okay, let's try and go a little bit further than just one word. Oh, yeah. See, by the mercy of all these Vaishnavas and gurus, What is that mercy of these Vaishnavas and Gurus? It's the same thing. It's the words. It's their words. Isn't that why they write? Is that's their mercy, their conception of God, their understanding of Lord Chaitanya that they got because of their love, their devotion, right? It's about being a devotee, isn't it? Can you imagine what is the difference between a real devotee and one that's not quite really a devotee? It's a question of degree of love. Can you imagine being a devotee in the level of ecstatic love where the tears are coming and the laughter is coming? Ooh, what kind of understanding you're going to get? That's these kinds of devotees. We're getting their understanding and I'm taking shelter of it. I think a lot of you are too. If you're ecstatic, you're also. This is the line, it's the conception. See, as soon as Lord Chaitanya left, these sannyasis, like you see here, and they became gurus, see, gurus, directors. And then then the Vaishnavas saw, oh, look at conceptions. Now they're trying to attain Krishna because they haven't attained Krishna. They haven't came to the real Vaishnavas to get him. And they separated themselves from that. Just like here, you notice we're separated from the Vaishnavas over there because they're teaching something else and we're teaching something else. But we're teaching what the Vaishnavas know. And this is our shelter here. See, this is a shelter. You guys are on the same page, obviously, because we're taking shelter of it. You see, and the big lesson for those who don't take shelter of it, look, they get separated from the Vaishnavas here. You notice? This is a good example. That's your teaching. Thank you very much. Because everything is being used here for Krishna's service. So those who get into these conceptions and start to, fart around, become separated. They lose the shelter more and more and more until if they learn, they separate themselves because they have a different conception. Their opinion is different than this. See? And their Krishna, they want us to accept their Krishna. Well, I'm sorry, I don't feel good about your Krishna. I like my Krishna. And as soon as you want to bring a different Krishna, different. You can have your own relationship with the real Krishna, but when that Krishna is different, my heart feels it. And the real Vaishnavas, all hearts also feel it.
Ours is alive.
Yeah. This is real life. Although this is what happened with the disciplic line. So everybody's getting a practical hands-on experience. And so I'm trying to help everybody, and I'll help those people if they learn and they figure it out. Because at first there was one opinion. See, the Acharya's opinion. And then all of a sudden the Acharya disappeared. But here we don't even have to wait for the Acharya to disappear. The opinion changes with some people, and then they separate themselves because they have another opinion. See? And that's basically how it was. There was Prabhupada and Prabhupada's godbrothers. They had little different opinions, even though they were both Vaishnavas. See, Prabhupada had the right one, the real one. He was empowered. He could do what his godbrothers couldn't do. That's how you know. So when you put yourself on the side of the real opinion, you'll see the mercy of Lord Chaitanya will continue to flow. This ecstatic love will continue to grow more. Your realizations and revelations will be solid and based on the scriptures, and the others will preach their Krishna. And some people will come, because people are looking for different things and different levels. Yeah. But I like this Krishna. This Krishna has been good to me. This Lord Chaitanya has been very, very good to me. I preach this opinion, and as soon as people they start getting a different opinion, I separate myself. Yeah, I have to. I want to keep my Krishna. Okay? Yeah. And it's not a thing where you got to have it's just a conception. All Vaishnavas in the real line have the real conception. See, and it's purified, pure and purifying. That's how we stay with the mercy of the Lord. Otherwise, this other stuff, contamination, you feel it. You can feel it. That's why I try to bring people to the point here in this preaching, to the point where you can feel it. This subtle too. There's a difference between the God brothers of Prabhupada and him. Most Vaishnavas could not experience that. But here, the powerful bhakti is so strong now that you can feel these subtle differences. Even when disciples, they get some other realization, and you can feel it's different. Because Krishna is showing you this is not the real thing. So if they listen, like I told them, stay close, keep listening, and you'll get through this, because this is a rope. This is rope getting us through very easily because we're surrendered this. You're a little harder. You got to figure it out and grab on. Otherwise, you'll do and end up like Christina, because they lost the rope, man. They're not holding on to it. Or Mina, not holding on to the rope, right? They're lost out there. And lost. I mean, you show me that they went to a better place, and you'll see they haven't. Mahavir, same thing. They call us fool, called my dear disciple here a fool. You think that's appreciated by my Krishna? Or his, well, he doesn't know who Krishna is now. He's some kind of Brahman Krishna. And I can go on my ex-wife also. She's so twisted. I remember I looked at her face, and she's so twisted by being with where she was. She can't even come back. She said, I just cannot believe in what you do. Too bad. That's how polluted you got. Now see, that's the whole thing. They also are against Bhakti Siddhanta, who she went to. So that's the thing. Bottom line, that's why I kept sticking. I'll give up everything. I'll give I gave up my wife for this. I ain't gonna, hey man, I'm not going down that tunnel. Sometimes it comes down to that. So eventually they'll come out of it, but somebody's got to hold the line. Anyway, my happiness is more important to me than anything. Is that selfish? Yeah, it is. Self, yeah. But it's transcendental selfishness. Isn't it all about happiness? People are going in the Maya to be happy. I'd rather go to Krishna and be happy. My Krishna makes me happy. So I'm just going to go to him. Transcendental selfishness. Yeah, it's intelligent. Yeah.
Selfishness.
Yeah. I mean, happiness, and this is great because it's a win-win for everybody, because Krishna is the true self. I go to him. Selfish, I put him on the shelf. He's my worshipful deity. Radha and Krishna. So, yeah. And then everything is well for everybody. This is what we're meant to do. We're meant to be empowered by the transcendental Lord. And then we can give good tidings to the world. Otherwise, there's no good tidings here. Not really. It's all illusions. Even in religion, although it's still not. Okay, you can start out in religion, but if you're smart, don't end there. If you're lucky and you really desire God, I mean, more deep, then you'll be lucky to find a real representative of Krishna. But it's not in every life you get something like this. This is rare. To be honest with you, it's very rare. If I couldn't find it amongst all these gurus out there, that must be rare, man. If I couldn't find this ecstasy amongst them all, it must be rare. If I couldn't find this level of intelligence that comes from this ecstatic worship, it must be rare. It is. It's always been. Wasn't Jesus a rare jewel? You think amongst the Pharisees there was even one like him? No. That's why they preached him. You think amongst this preaching there's even one kind of preacher and preaching and ecstasy like that is here? No. That's why you come here, you get it. I mean, you come here and you follow the lines of these devotees, you'll definitely get it. Why not? You came to the right door, the right place. You see that people are going through this door, developing faith in this, becoming sheeples of this conception and taking. Otherwise, if you're not a sheeple and like really trusting in this, then how are you going to get it? Because it's about finding what you can trust, finding your best friend. Our best friend are the conceptions of the Vaishnavas, the conceptions of those who love God, truly, genuinely, spiritually, purely. Blessed are the pure in heart; they shall see God. I want to hear from those persons who see God. They see God in the scriptures. I want to go to those people. What about you guys out there? I want to go to those whose hearts are purified by this kind of bhakti you see in this sangha. Oh, this to me is the holy grail. That's why anybody gets some other realization that's kind of tainted is not. No. I want to stay with the holy grail. That drink. I want to drink from that cup. Okay. Ah. Lord Chaitanya thought, my name is Vishwambara, one who maintains the entire universe. Its meaning will be actualized if I can fill the whole universe with love of God. And that's why he had to preach too. He couldn't just do this love of God thing. He had to preach the Siddhanta that comes from it. That's why we have to preach the Siddhanta, right? Because otherwise people they think it's crazy. Well, it's crazy to love God. Let me prove that it's not. Let me prove that it's the greatest thing in the world. Let me show it. Let me prove it. Let me tell you about it. Let me show you the knowledge that comes from it. Let me show the uncommon Krishna conscious realization that comes from loving Krishna purely. And let me prove to you that this is pure love of Krishna. This is what Vaishnavas do, to preach this. Otherwise, it would seem insane. Well, it's just some kind of all kinds of speculations. You got to hear from a real experienced devotee who experience. They're a Trekkie, man. They're on a Star Trek, man. Their star is Radha and Krishna. They're the star of their show. Isn't that the star? People go, go, are you just in false? Why? No, Radha and Krishna are the star of this show here, aren't they? Don't we preach them? Don't we glorify them? Don't we glorify their bhakti? It's only people can't see it because this is so pure, actually, because we're worshiping the spotlessly pure one in ecstasy. How can this not be a really good message? I mean, a really, really good message, better than good, transcendental message. Yeah. Yeah. See, I take shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who himself is the tree of transcendental love for Krishna, its gardener, and also the bestower and the enjoyer of its fruits, who himself is the tree of transcendental love of Krishna. See, so he was it. I mean, and so how is this going to be taught again? This postgraduate thing. How is it going to be taught again? Well, the devotee is empowered to be a transcendental tree of love of Krishna. See, and it's gardener too. See, the external manifestation of the supersoul, chapter 1 of Adi Lila, is the bona fide guru, the real Vaishnava, the real devotees. See, the bona fide spiritual master is also a gardener too, right? Just like the Gundicha temple. Remember that? Who understands these things? Only if you come here will you understand it. The Gundicha temple is your body, man. See, when you find the true vine, see, the true vine is the spiritual master, the real one, the bona fide, the empowered one. See, and they go in that temple, don't they? Didn't they all? The Lord Chaitanya was in the temple and the Vaishnavas in the temple. See, wherever the Lord is, there's the Vaishnavas. Where the Vaishnavas is, there the Lord. They work together, man. You need a true vine in some lifetime. You got to meet one. See, then the work begins. Then the plow comes out of Nityananda, right? Then the club comes out of Nityananda. He was expert in wielding clubs and plows the fields. Yeah, the Lord. So yeah, like Prabhupada and Bhakti said, they were plowing, because there's no room for the kind of words that we're preaching here. There's still not room for a lot of words we're preaching here, and most of Vaishnavas, they're still plowing away. Plow, go ahead, plow, plow, plow for a few lifetimes. But those who are meant to hear this will. Yeah. Yeah. So the gardener and the bestower and the enjoyer of the fruits, isn't that? Now that's this intimate relationship, man. The bestower is the Lord. See, and the enjoyer. You notice? So this is the yoga maya. Just like here, people think they're enjoying, but it's actually the Lord. Well, the same thing with yoga maya. See, this maha maya, you enjoy what? Gross things. Gross, literally things of the world, material sense objects, and you taste it on your tongue, and your mind is, oh, what a great meal! What's going to be the next meal, and then the next meal, you know. So enjoying that, right? Well, the same thing with the Lord. Here, this is the mercy. If you've got the real shelter of the Lord, that's the real guru. They got the real shelter. You can see they're they're enjoying the fruits of love of Krishna. They're relishing mellows. See? But it's the Lord that's also tasting and also enjoying. This is the picnic. This is Vrindavan. This is the Garden of Eden, showing the closeness of a devotee and the Lord. They're so close like this. They're meant to live together like that forever. That's freedom, man. That's sovereignty. But it's got to be that way. Otherwise, it's no way. It's not in rebellion like a lot of New Age people. They're trying to rebel against the Lord's Maya, Maha Maya. And it's not in complying with the Maha Maya. See, these are all false paths. They lead to frustration. Okay? It's about going in the door, listening to the word, not listening to make your God the word of the devotee who is in that stage of consciousness. See, they understand what this verse is because they are this verse in an empowered way. Wow, I come to this devotee and I'm getting this, they're this tree where I can get this fruits of love of God. Hey, this is where it's going. The bestower and the enjoyer of its fruits. Yeah, so the devotees, they're entranced. They're tasting these fruits because the Lord in them. This is why do you think the Lord said to the gopis, your service to me? Wow, man, it's so fantastic. I can't taste what I taste through you anywhere else in any other devotees except through it. So see, it's the Lord tasting and the devotee being used for it's like the Lord is using them as an instrument for his taste. The devotee is saying, my God, this is fantastic. I love this taste, but it's the Lord doing it, tasting it. That's the kind of intimacy you get to enjoy, like you get the happiness of Krishna. You're so close to him, you cannot help. You can't even get away from that happiness. It's so fantastic. And the Lord is thinking, I'm so indebted to this devotee because I can taste the greatest things through them. The greatest happiness is that mood of the gopis in Vrindavan. See, where do you understand such things? You have to have an experienced devotee experiencing these things written in the scriptures. And then you hear it, and then you start to get it. Otherwise, it's just words on a page, man. You got to see a devotee in action to learn what the Lord is tasting, because that's the Lord tasting through them, man. You see the happiness that the Lord has through the mirror of the devotee. reflecting that to the world. That's what draws people to the Lord ultimately. Because you see, wow, this devotee has the greatest happiness. Well, yeah, because they got the happiness of God. The happiness of God is expressing through them. And that's what our Sangha is here to do. This is what our Sangha is here to convince the world that we're not just babbling baboon lunatics. What we're doing is the greatest logic, the greatest clarity, the greatest path, the greatest purification, the greatest happiness, and the greatest intelligence is here. We'll prove that what's going on here will trump even the Acharya Devs of this world, who studied their way to their position, who got a lot of college degrees and all that stuff. Will prove that this intelligence that comes from this kind of bhakti, that this kind of line is what Prabhupada was leading everybody to. Look at you guys coming here every day. Where do you see anything like this? Can you imagine going to church every day? Who would even do this? It must be pretty attractive, huh? Must be pretty interesting. Must be a really good newspaper to read every day. Okay. Yeah. So Lord Chaitanya thought, my name is Vishwambara, one who maintains the entire universe. Its meaning will be actualized if I can fill the whole universe with love of Godhead. Think about that word, love of Godhead. How important that must be if God Himself comes here to fill the universe with it. Love of Godhead. It must be so important. Yeah, it's very important. First of all, it just delivers you out of illusion, because people are in illusion because they love Godhead too. You know what? It's all love of God. It's all about love of Godhead. You're loving Godhead when you love His maha maya, but it's His shadow. It's darkness to Him. It's a dark representation. It's twisted. It twists you up in knots. See, it's all about love of God. That's why Uttamadikari understanding is, oh, everybody's a servant of Krishna. You can't get out of it. You either serve as Maha Maya or as Yoga Maya. I tell you, man, we're just here to show how fun it is, how wonderful it is, how fantastic it is, how groovy it is, how it is in the groove to serve His spiritual potency, His spiritual representation of His transcendental name and pastimes and qualities, to show how great it is. You know, how freeing it is, how much sovereignty there is in this. You know, that's all we, here to, it's like, say, hey, look over here, man. And you'll have a better quality of life, a better experience of life. You'll be really free. You'll be free of the Lord's Maya. You won't believe in it. Your vibration will change. Everybody's trying to change their vibration. It's so hard, but it's so easy here. We just come love Krishna, man. Just in loving Krishna, everything is accomplished. What else do you need but to love Krishna and to cry and to joke up and all this? It's so fun, man. It's the greatest entertainment in the world. You want the happiness of God? Come here. That's all what we're about, my friends. Just come watch Lalita's classes, watch her enjoying serving the Lord like that. Isn't it much better service than what you had before? She's out there distributing the cookies and getting the religionists or give us your money. They can't, bless their souls, they can't help it, but we're here to try to attract them over here. Come on, look over here, man. We really got a prize, man. We got wealth here. Yeah, this will put this. Look at the devotees coming. Look at this smile like this. Where do you see smiles like this? This is devotion. This is spirit. This is, it's all in the book. You see here, you see what's in the book. Right there, Nectar Devotion says one of the symptoms of Krishna, he's always got this smirk on his face, always kind of smiling. Well, when you get Krishna, that's your state also. You know, you just kind of live with a little smirk on your face, like him, like father, like son and daughter. It's like, and even when you're crying in ecstasy and you look like you're some, what are you suffering and all this stuff? You're always bright and beautiful like Radharani. So that's Rupa Goswami. He says, Radharani, when she's crying in separation, she always remains bright and beautiful. Oh, I got a lot of good. You're keeping up with everything. Yeah. Phew. Thinking in this way, he accepted the duty of a planter and began to grow a garden in Navadweep. The Lord brought the desire tree of devotional service to this earth and became its gardener. He sowed the seed and sprinkled upon it the water of his will. See, this is the Bhakti Lata Bij. See, this is why he had to express it, to sow the seed. See? So this seed is the word, man. It's the word of the devotees. It's there. From them, ecstatic prema emanates. You be in close proximity to this, you're going to get purified. Your vibration is going to change. The word is going to change you. See, because it enters your heart and it bears this kind of fruit and only this kind of fruit. So that's the duty of a planter. That's the duty of a bona fide spiritual master. This is what Prabhupada, he was so happy when I was giving classes and sharing this with people and they were getting this bhakti and awakening. Because that's the only way to get it. You got to sow the seed. You got to be a gardener like the Lord was. He empowers his devotee to act as spiritual master, to sow these seeds in this world. Hey, that's why Prabhupada came after this happened spontaneously, sowing the seeds and people getting ecstatic. He was right there. Said, right, hey man, this has my full approval. You're doing exactly what I want to do. And you do more of this. See, this will fulfill the mission all the way through the line. Is now the awakening of bhakti and those who are ready for it. And then this will help others get more ready. They'll get more. Wow, this really works. They'll convince more. You're the witnesses. You convince people. That's why if you leave here, and you go off and start getting into your thing and you're channeling Krishna and all that stuff, all you do is break off the branch and you won't bear any more fruit. Not the real fruit. It'll be all false ego. You'll be a teacher or something like Meena, but you won't bear any real fruit. Yeah, this is yeah. So here, this love of God, you stay on the tree, man, and ripen more and more and more, and always stay with the tree. You'll always draw power from the real mercy of Lord Chaitanya. Hey, and you'll get over stuff. Anyway, that's the lesson, So anyway, luckily, those who do go, they get some experience, and as they dry up, in some lifetime they'll come back because it's always held for them. They just, even in this lifetime, I walked away from this and dried up. I know what it is. I know how it is. And then the Lord grabbed me by the hair and brought me back. He's good like that. Especially because I had a lot of taste for this. And then I went out to taste these other Eckhart Tolle fruits and it was, and then as soon as I got contact with Bhakti, pulled me back right by the hair. Read a verse. All I read, when I was into Eckhart Tolle for like 6 months, and it was, I was listening because he could talk also for like an hour and a half or something, and listen to all this, then I thought, wow, this is really, and then I read one verse from a Chaitanya Anyway, Chaitanya Bhagavat like verse. Boom, all the Maya was gone. Boy, is that convincing. That happened about 4 times every time I went away to something, even with the Jesus. As soon as I read one verse, boom, it's like back on track. Now, where kind of power do you find that? But that was because I had a lot of association with bhakti, a lot of ecstasy. A lot of these devotees, they don't have enough, so they sometimes stay away for 20 years or maybe a whole lifetime. That's why it's dangerous. Better to try to learn here. Because you notice when some people go away, they go away a long time. Sometimes never come back. It's not like they're going to a better place. I mean, it's great if you're going to a better place. I would go there too, but you're not. I've seen it over and over again. They just get the old Brahmin pride again. Oh, I'm a Prabhupada disciple. Oh, I know so much about bhakti. And Gohara, he's just some sentimentalist. Well, that ain't going to a better place. Yeah, you're right. We're sentimentalists on the transcendental platform, isn't it? Wasn't it about transcendental sentiments? Isn't that the gift of Lord Chaitanya to the world? Transcendental sentimentality, to where you sentimentally in ecstasy of loving God. Very sentimental, but it's pure. We're built for it. Otherwise, you'll be materially sentimental. Oh, my daughter and son and father left me, or whatever it is. Better cry for Krishna than cry for his Maya. All glories to Madhavinda Puri, the storehouse of all devotional service unto Krishna. See, storehouse. You know, you go to a barn. Where's the bhakti stored? Where is it stored? You got to go where it's stored, right? So the Lord empowers a devotee to be a storehouse. See, so that's how he became a guru, because of his love of God and accumulation of that by his service. The Lord appeared to Madhavinda Puri. He said, now, because of your ecstatic love, the kind that you see here, and probably only here, because most are no shows of this. I'm going to deliver the world. That's why we're delivering the world. Whoever comes here, you're a worldly person usually, more or less. Doesn't matter. You've been out in the Maya, you've been identifying with the world and the false ego. You're more or less a worldly person. Okay? You come here, we'll deliver you. That's our job. We're maidservants. We're, what do you call, midwives. We're here to deliver babies, man. We're here to deliver Krishna through the birth canal in your body, in your temple. It'll come up and into your heart, into your mind, Krishna. See, and now you're a new person. Now you used to be a worm in this worm of this world, worm and stool, the stool of this world. And now you're a butterfly, right? We got a butterfly. Look at this butterfly here, right in front of us. There's a butterfly. See, every day she's butterflying. Everybody is a worm in this world. You're see, the worms, they live in the earth, right? What are you living in, man? Come on, man. Most people, even Vaishnavas, you're living in the earth. You're in there, create a little hole. What are we living in here? We're living in the Krishna. That's why we become butterflies. See, we live in Krishna more and more. We become more and more wings. We get more and more our wings. You ever see these movies where the people are trying to win their wings? They have these little stories of going to heaven and stuff, and they come here and to get their wings, they got to do good deeds. Well, hey man, we getting our wings too, but we're not in this good deed thing. No, we're doing one deed, man, just loving Krishna. We're just on the page of Lord Chaitanya. We just come here to do what he came to do. He came to fill the universe with love of God. He was a storehouse. All his devotees and real Vaishnavas are storehouses as this bhakti. But some of them keep it stored. They just keep it in storage, right? Prabhupada kept it in storage, more or less. He let a little out. We don't want to freak people out like we do, right? Not then. No, it's time for us to freak people out. Because some people need freaking out now, right? They need to freak out, man. They're going to freak. You want to freak out? Go serve Fauci and Gates or these gurus, man. They'll bring you right up to the clinic for your jab. Come here and listen to the gab. Yeah. Yeah. See, and planting a garden Navadweep. See, and so he did that, and he had his devotees. See, they came for the water. See, they came to the planter. They came to the storehouse, and they became stronger and stronger. And then they could go on Sankirtan. You notice that's happening here for you guys too. I notice you come and you start to get stronger and stronger, and you can go on Sankirtan even alone. Isn't that amazing? Look at Lolita. She went out alone. Look at Janaki. They go out alone even and are ecstatic. Isn't it ecstatic to go out there? Isn't it amazing? Something nice, again, people, you know,
It's lovely.
yeah, it's otherwise, you walk down the road and they look at you. Everybody's in more or less morose. They don't even notice you, and it's like we have no connection with anybody, and you don't unless you express, because they're expressing like we're really disconnected, and we stay home a lot because we've been ordered to, and the maskers. They're walking in there. Is it like zombies almost? I don't know if you noticed, but they walk, like, like like that, and it's like, oh my God. And then I start chanting, and even the maskers are like, "Wow, ooh, some life comes in through their eyes because their eyes the only thing that's there, and their ears, The rest of the face is all masked up, all the way up. The masks are like they go like you can barely see the eyes now. I mean, before it was up to the nose, but now it's way up in there. Pretty soon it's going to be all over. They're going to be using some kind of radar or something.
They're
They'll
gonna
come
wear a
up.
burqa.
They'll come out with a technology. Will come out with some kind of radar, where you can put the mask all the way up to the eyes and face and your ears too, and then you'll just be functioning on VR glasses. You'll be able to see in radar, because why do you need the eyes anymore? We'll use technology because technology is our god, you know. But anyway, see, come on. How we got into that. Yeah. So storehouse, you see the planter, storehouse. So the storehouse, here. So we got the order. And like Nityananda, Lord Chaitanya, Nityananda was doing like we could do too. Just walk down the road and you just look, observe things like the super soul. You just kind of look, you see these people doing dumb things, just sitting there. And that's all they do is sit and loaf. They just like loafers, just loafing around in the Maya, not doing anything special. They're all, selling stuff, trying to make money, hawking people down here, just, I mean, that's what their life is, you know and then you come and so Nityananda was just observing, and Lord Chaitanya says, if you don't act a little more wild in this world, how are we going to accomplish our mission? See, the mission was to distribute. They were storehouses for this bhakti. Okay, go out and give it out, man. That's what we're doing now. Go out and give it out, right? All of you guys are empowered already. Many of you, you've been listening long enough. Get out there, you little birds, man. I'll kick you out of the nest. Go out there, man. Go in. I don't go anywhere and everywhere. Go in a bar. I don't care. Krishna will protect you. Yeah. Yeah. Go talk to people. Even Christians do that. Christians are, I knew this one priest. He used to go to bars, man. He'd order a soda, you know, and he would do his preaching there in the bar. You can go anywhere, man. You know, you
We
don't
need the
need to.
green pass in the bar now, Guru Maharaj. We can't enter anything anymore now.
Oh, what? Oh, you need a green pass over there?
Yeah.
I thought
Since
that, I
two,
thought that,
yeah, yeah,
see,
but now
Yeah,
again.
you see, they lied to you. They say, "Oh, we were not going to force people to get this thing," but that's how they force them.
No,
They
yeah,
say they take away more freedoms. So
yeah.
don't go for it. Don't believe this stuff. Stay home. It doesn't matter.
I
Don't.
think in the street,
Yeah. Only allow. I mean, if they do it, this make them force it. Like literally, have to grab your body and do it. Don't take that thing, man. It is poison and it'll kill you ultimately. And I know a lot of people have taken it already in our sangha. Okay, fine. Don't take any more if you want to listen to this word. But it's just this thing. They're going to get you more hooked on the doctor thing. And if you survive, you'll just always be sick. You always will go to doctors and take their pills you know, more and more. I mean, that's what it's all about. I didn't know any of this stuff until 2020. And then I looked at, the Lord showed me how his Maya is working. They just, they're just not, his Maya is such a rascal. So rascal, full on, man. Lied, especially now. My God, are they lying and deceiving people? Like you can't believe it. They won't tell you anything really going on and trying to hide all this truth. So anyway, this is why people are waking up too, because they're seeing the Maya lies to them. And that's just what she does. You've had faith in Maya, man. I'm telling you, my Lord is fantastic. Lord Chaitanya, Radha and Krishna, they are trustworthy, dependable. This is where even Christians could go and you can get more shelter. I mean, it's wonderful the freedom you get. You know, the this is the purpose of the Lord is saying, come back to me, come back and you'll be a king and a queen again and a princess. Because we're meant for that. Otherwise, we're crippled. Look at crippled minded persons out here, crippled in body, crippled in mind, crippled in their emotions, all bottled, this because of material feelings, because you bonded with objects and you have faith in world and worldly people and world. It's just a mess. And Krishna will rebuild your old jalopy. We're jalopyized. We're just a bunch of broken down jalopis in this world. You come back to the transcendental Lord, he'll fix everything. Look, he fixed a guy like me. I give these classes for hours and can chant and feel the happiness of God. Get revelations, realize there's nothing. This is the treasure, man. This is what the meaning. You got to live the meaning of Christ. Seek the kingdom of God, and all else is added. I got the kingdom of God. I live in the kingdom. Kingdom is my life, man. It's the Lord is my king, and Radha is my queen. Literally, I mean, jeez, I just there. Even though I'm inattentive some days, because I got to do this and do that, like all of us. Look at this, right, Lalita? We come and pick up our mics and turn on and tune in and turn on and turn out. Turn up the music, man. Yeah, this is turning to the Lord. These other people, they just don't have this shelter. I walk on the beach yesterday, and everywhere it's like this. They got to turn the music up so loud, boom, 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 and people go in there. See, they're getting some kind of sensation, some kind of feeling from the. I think, what kind of life is that? They can't even talk to each other. The music, I mean, that bass on these things and the huge things they got now. This is their life. They're so deadened by everything. Yeah. Here, that's why I can't even go to a coffee shop to give a class. They got music more loud all the time. You know, stop even people from they can't even talk to each other. We can't talk about Krishna. I have to come back to the room. Yeah, I was looking. I used to like to go to coffee, but here, like, loud music, you know. How are you going to give a class? You know, how are you going to, you know, it's just like ridiculous. So that's good. Okay, you go take your shots to go to these things, but we'll stay home and talk about Krishna, man. You know, go in our virtual universe. Yeah, because this is the virtuous universe. See, we got the virtuous universe. They got the virtual. The imitation is virtual, right? We got the virtuous universe. The virtuous reality is it's isn't it really so virtuous? The Lord is, where just take shelter of Him, take shelter of this bhakti, take shelter of the devotees' conceptions, and it's virtuous. You live a life of virtue, transcendental virtues. It's even called that, transcendental virtues. Talk about the transcendental nature of the Lord. That is so transcendentally virtuous. Otherwise, you see these virtue signaling they do in the world, that is so superficial and so false, and they get punished, every one of them. They go, a lot of these, the one guy says, well, I want to, virtue signaling and do all this stuff. And then they always get kicked in the ass. They go get this shot and they end up, they kick over. Krishna says, oh yeah, see, no, you need this kind of virtue. You need my virtue. The Lord, Radha and Krishna, are the only pure thing in this world. Why not take shelter of them? Take shelter of their names. It's so enlivening. I walk down the street, man, even just chanting japa quietly, you know, I just feel life, you know. Why would I want to walk down in a death state? That's what people are doing. They don't have this. They're all looking at external things and getting weak. It weakens you. It makes you crippled. It makes you poor. That's why I look at Bill Gates with all that money. And thank you, Bill, for your example. Maybe this will help you. I have nothing against you. I use everything. I use the gurus. I have nothing against them. I just want to use them for preaching purposes. Thrifty. We're just thrifty here. Just want to, make the best use of bad bargains out there. And you're one of the bad bargains out there, more or less a bad bargain. This is the only good bargain, because you come here, become a sheeple of these conceptions. All you're going to get is freedom. All you're going to be is get real sovereignty. See? I'm just a sheeple of this thing. I just teach you how to be a sheeple of the absolute truth, eternal truth, love of God. That's all we're here, right? We're a gardener planting this seed, and look what it's doing. Love of God is growing. The Lord does the increase, man. He's in there too. We work from the outside. He works from the inside. See, he's the good cop. I'm the bad cop. And there you go. Oh, wow. Well, sometimes he puts you through this stuff too. The roles reverse. And he goes, oh, I'm going through all this. He's a bad cop right now. Okay, I'll be the good cop. Oh, don't worry, you'll get through it. Just relax. Just, encourage her. You got to encourage her. Okay. All glories to Madhavinda Puri, the storehouse of all devotional service unto Krishna. See, that's the gopi mood. The gopi mood in our line is really usually the gopi that is the guru. See? Because they're the storehouse of all devotional service, because all moods are in them. They sometimes serve Krishna as his teacher. That's guru. What do you think I'm doing as teacher? Who am I instructing really? As teacher. Sometimes Krishna is their teacher. Sometimes I learn from my disciples. They're my teacher. Why? Because Krishna uses them, right? Yeah. Sometimes work as like an authority, and sometimes as a friend, intimate friend, just like Lord Chaitanya did. He was like sometimes an authority, and he taught us, sometimes acted as a intimate friend. See? as a nurturer. You see, nurture my disciples, sometimes nurtured by them. See, all relationships are in this gopi mood. Okay? Yeah. So, storehouse, you should say, and it is in him that the seed of devotional service first fructified. This is so important. This is how it works. You got to see in the world, everybody, listen, where has love of God fructified? Because that is the only fruit worthy in this world. Where is it fructified? See, where is it fructified? If you can discern that what this fruit is, it's kind of like there's a very rare fruit growing, but you can't see it. See, you don't know what it is. This is why it's hidden from even Vaishnavas. There's a fruit growing here that they can't see because they got to hear to see it. And they got to hear and become purified to see it, to experience it, to appreciate it. See? So Madhavinda Puri was like that. A lot of you think everybody knew that he was who he was? No. Most people didn't. Most people think, who is this? Just a sannyasi and he's crying and laughing. What is this? They thought it was not important. Just like now. They don't Vaishnavas, they don't think this is important, even though the scripture's right there. That's why I stick everybody's nose in this. You notice I stick your nose right in this. Stick your ears right in there. It's like this is like a pencil, put it right in your ear and write it on the eardrum. This love of God, this laughing, this crying, this choking up, calling out to the Lord because of this intimate happiness that God is experiencing through you and that you're relishing because you're so close to God. The Lord's saying, oh my goodness, I got it. Now I got a live one. Now I got some, now I got some real happiness through this heart. Instead of this bored, just watching everything in their hearts. Now I got a participator in this loving relationship. You know how people say, don't you know that God loves you? Don't you know that God loves you? And people, if they were honest or they were clear about it, they would say, no, not really. I really don't. But he does. Just believe it. Just God loves you. Well, okay, but I really don't know. I don't feel it. I'm not experiencing that. See, but a devotee, you ask them, don't you know that God loves you? Well, I'm not sure. I'm too busy loving him myself. I just love to love God, Maybe, see, that's the way it is. You're so entranced with God. You're thinking you're loving him, but he's loving you. And this is called relationship. He's looking for this kind of understanding. He doesn't care about, don't you know that he's loving you? No, he wants you to taste the ecstasy of loving him because it's actually him loving himself through you. And you're just his instrument, but it appears like this is yoga maya, just like it appears. Oh, I love my wife. Yeah, it appears I love Krishna, right? What's the difference? The difference is a different experience, a different level of purity, different level of happiness. And you can see that. Look at the person. You give me a person who loves their wife and bring them over here, and then I'll show you, or Lalita will show you how she loves Krishna, and see which sees a higher happiness, a more pure happiness. What kind of understanding comes from this person that loves their husband? Or, oh, I just love him. His body is so great. Oh, I just like to have sex with him. Oh, he's such a great, you know, person. Oh, he does good deeds or he does bad deeds. Sometimes you like a bad boy. Sometimes women, men, they like bad girls and bad boys. Sometimes they like good boys or bad. Just back and forth. And then you put somebody who loves the virtuous Lord with transcendental virtues and you look at their happiness, Come on, are we not teaching things clearly? Are we not teaching what really people need to know where this fructification of love of God is? Because if you eat that fruit, you eat those devotees and what they say, you take that prasad from their mouth, man, you're going to eat that fruit too. And that fruit is fantastic. You see a devotee eating it. First, you see, like Lalita, you see her eating that, and then you follow in the same footsteps, and you will get that's following. You want to follow in the footsteps of gopis? That's what our thing is about. Well, follow in her footsteps and Johan's. Hear only from real devotees. Who they're the only fruit that you want to eat, really, because it's luscious, man. It's fantastic. And that's being guru. You want to lead the world aright, correctly? Huh? You know, just see a devotee eating that fruit. And then you'll become a devotee eating that fruit also of love of God. And it'll fructify in you. And you'll eat this eternally. It's that good. And that fruit never rots. That fruit stays juicy all the time, always new juice in it. You don't have to get rid of the fruit. That fruit is always full of juice. You'll never be able to drink enough of Krishna and Radha. Love of Krishna is the fruit. Okay? Where is that in this world? Well, if it's not anywhere to be seen, love of God is not anywhere to be seen or gotten. If it's somewhere to be seen and it's not being just held in, and it's being expressed, love of God is now on the shelf and being sold at a very cheap price now, because Lord Chaitanya and Jesus even said, you receive freely, give freely. Hey man, this is how I increase my wealth. You don't have to give anything. I increase my wealth just by you coming here and appreciating this message. I'm becoming more and more wealthy. I'm uplifted. What about you guys? You feel uplifted too? See, we increase our wealth here because we're on, we realize love of Krishna and conclusive truth is what life is all about. That's having Radha and Krishna. They stay around because they like conclusive truth. Krishna likes himself. He's conclusive truth. Radha likes her feelings, man, doesn't she? Don't you like your feelings? I like these feelings. They're Radha's feelings. I like Radha's feelings. That's why I can say, I trust her. I trust Krishna. I trust his conception. But some people, when they start to get some other ideas, I don't know, man. I don't trust it. So this is treasure, man, treasure. So the seed of devotional service next, actually the seed of pure devotional service, that needs to be in there. Pure devotional service next fructified in the form of Ishvara Puri. See why you need to be specific. Not, you could say, oh, the seed of devotional service fructified, and you think it's Vaidhi Bhakti. No way. The seed of devotional service fructified in Madhavinda Puri. So what does that mean? You got to think deep, man. It fructified in this ecstatic, pure love of God, not Vaidhi Bhakti, not a bunch of rules and regulations. Even in the scriptures, in Chaitanya Leela, it said when Madhavinda Puri, love of God, fructified in his heart. That's what I like. People who run, they have to go to the bathroom, get it over with, and come back quick. You see a little running down there. Yeah. See, so fructified. So it's pure devotional service fructified into the symptoms of this ecstatic worship manifesting in the body and the emotions. See, now you're a new person. See, in your body is now a holy temple. See, for Radha and Krishna. Now it's filled with this, now not material feelings, it's filled with spiritual feelings. Okay? And a spiritual mind, conceptions. See, when you in the line, when you stay with the real line, that's why you see I stay with the real line. Even after ecstasy, I stay with these books, man. I stay with these conceptions. See? And I know who go off because they all of a sudden they say the same thing. Well, Krishna's saying through me. Krishna's saying, then I listen to what Krishna's saying, and I think, no, I ain't my Krishna. There's some false AD, mixed in with all your crapola or oneness, wanting to be one or equal or God knows what. It's not clean. It's unclean. Okay? That's why, yeah. So the next fructified in Ishvarapuri. How did it fructify? He had a guru that was, see, he ate that fruit coming from his guru. See, and then it fructified in him. He became a juicy fruit like his guru did, just like Lalita, right? Fructified in her. Are we not on that page, man? Isn't it? Can you imagine? Tell me. I got to boast a little bit. You show me anywhere. I don't care what kind of, you could praise these. Charlie Dave, you're so fat. You show me where you see something so exact as you read in a book happening in their lives with their disciples. See, first fructified here. Okay, you could see this wild chanting in ecstasy, right? Did it for years. And then some people come and listen, like Ishwarapuri came to Madhavinda Puri, who was laughing and crying, just like Gaur Hari Das has been doing for years. See, and he ate that fruit. See, he became a disciple. He served his guru. He was dedicated to his guru. What happened? It fructified in him, just like Lalita. Look at her, man. It fructified. See, what happened then happens now. Isn't that uncanny? Does anybody get it yet? No? Well, stick around. We'll convince you. Because if you get convinced, you'll become a fructified fruit also of love of God. You won't have to wait many lifetimes. Wouldn't that be nice? No more many lifetime thing. This is this lifetime preaching. Wasn't Madhavinda or Ishwarapuri, he fructified in this life, didn't it? Why not for you? Why not give it a shot, man? You might be it, me. But even if it didn't fructify fully in this life, you're gonna feel yourself making big strides. You're not gonna be this little snail, or going down the path. You're gonna be a rocket, gonna shoot up. It may fall down a little bit from a little test, and then you'll shoot up more, and then you'll just keep going like that, all the way back to the kingdom of God, Vrindavan Dham. Yeah. See, all glories to Madhavinda Puri, the storehouse of all devotional service to Krishna. He is the desire tree of pure devotional service. See, desire tree again, pure devotional service must be inserted in there. Otherwise, people think, oh, the desire tree was Vaidhi Bhakti to go and just rules and mandates and ceremonies, and that's religion. It's the preliminary stuff. No, pure devotional service. See, yeah, that's what needs to be known in that verse. He is a desire tree of pure devotional service. In other words, that's why you see those who come here have to be sincere, because they're a desire tree of pure devotion. If you come here for Krishna and Radha, you come here because you want to love God. See, that's what you're going to get. That's why you put through the ringer, because you come here, we're the desire tree here of pure devotional service, of love of Krishna. It's where you can get that desire fulfilled. Some people come and I'm coming to you because I see there's power here. Yeah, there is, man. The Lord is behind all of this. Radha and Krishna and Lord Chaitanya and Prabhupada and all, there's a lot of power, and some people can smell it, but they come here for that reason. See, then they get That's why many came to Prabhupada. They could smell there was power behind him. And those are the leaders. Many of you still following those kind of leaders. They could smell power in Prabhupada, spiritual power. See, but they wanted to usurp it for another reason. See, not to come to Prabhupada for the desire tree of this love of God. See, this, Lord Chaitanya taught this. He came to Ishvara Puri's guru, who got also he was a fructification of this love of God. And Lord Chaitanya said, I don't want power. I don't want women or money or wealth. I want this way of worship, man. I want Krishna. I want closeness with God. See, that's the kind of people we get here. You notice? They come here. That's why Lalita's like that. That's what she wants. She doesn't want anything else. Okay? Can you imagine? I am so proud and blessed and fortunate to have devotees like her. Not only her, you guys out there, so many of you like this. I get first class association. Because the ones that are coming here for this love of God, Krishna knows that's all what's important to me, and he knows what's important to you. And that's why you last. You're lasting here. But if some other stuff is important to others, they have to go for a time to figure out that that is not it. Yeah. So Lord Chaitanya got it right away too, just like Lalita, because she came for this. Okay, and of course, had to go through the purification, to get it more steady and not mixed in with the conditioning. And, you got to figure that out. So some are figuring that out now, like we got one that's staying a little bit. I told stay in touch, but keep watching. You got to figure this out so you can go through this and not be, deviated by that. See, our conditioning, our stuff mixed in. So Krishna's given this love, so he stays with us, so and to get us through it if, you want that. Okay. I'm going to stop talking soon. It's kind of hard. It's so interesting, this stuff. The seed of devotional service next fructified in Ishvara Puri, and then the gardener himself, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, became the main trunk of the tree of pure devotional service. I inserted that in again. See, you see how the line? It's an ecstatic line, isn't it? It's filled with devotees who chant and laugh and dance and cry and all this ecstatic madness. This is the real line, my friends. Don't you see? Not yet? Well, keep coming. We'll force those eyes open. Do 30-day challenge, man, and you'll see, man. You'll see what we're saying is the living book here. What you see in the book, what you read in the book, what you hear in the book is the reality of devotees here. It's a line of ecstatic devotees like it was then. Why shouldn't it be now? Why? Because if it is now also, then the same fruit will be distributed and is being distributed. It's an ecstatic line, not some dry, no-show line, because people can't show this. They also, why you think we're here? We're here to give mercy to gurus. We're here to be the teachers of the teachers. If you don't know this and you're not experiencing this, why wouldn't you want to get the fruit of real devotional service? Why wouldn't you want to know the real goal of Krishna consciousness is what you see right here every day? Is the goal realized and being realized more every day for the benefit of the world too? Man, I think we're going to convince even atheists after these, every day. This is a sacrifice, man. We're building spiritual potency here. We're here, destroying Maya like left and right. We're clubbing away, man. We're plowing. We're clubbing. We're Sudarshan chakra. We're sword playing, man. We got all these things. I think Vishnu and his 8 arms are behind all this. The bow is there shooting arrows. I don't think anybody's going to escape this one, man.
It's so powerful, Guru Maharaj. So, so powerful.
Yeah, this microphone's helping because I'm listening, like, I'm, like, right
Uh-huh.
up on it. I'm, like, really here. I got the headphones on. I'm, like, really going, man. It's like, "Whoa." That's why, hey, man, everybody, you should get headphones, man. I don't if not wearing headphones, man, you don't know what you're missing. It's something, you put these things on, you really hear it's kinda like right up in there, especially uh, uh, this is a great chapter, isn't it? So So the gardener himself, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, became the main trunk of the tree of devotional service. Yeah, and so in other words, that's how why we worship. You notice, even though we're also we're like trunks, yeah, trunks of devotional service, we're still worshiping Lord Chaitanya, right? Because he's the main trunk. Without him, we would be nothing. See, that's why you got to learn this by not disconnecting from the vine. You got to stay with the vine to stay with the trunk. Depart from me, and you'll be like branches outstretched with no life. See, people look at you, oh, you're a devotee too. Yeah, see, but you won't have this is the life, man. This ecstatic worship is the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. This continues with our line here. When you stay connected to the vine, it's not a ego trip here. No, it's a truth trip, you know? So we can be all connected to the real ego. The real ego is the Lord, Radha and Krishna. Their love for each other. See, truth is the real conception, the real reality, and that love for that truth, causes that reality to manifest in this world. That's why we'll win, man. Reality is stronger than illusion and delusion, right? Solid. This is real solid. That's all moving around, man. You could see the we people. And why are you guys here? Because you see some strength. What is that strength? Just stay right in there, man. I'm sovereign in Radha and Krishna. I just stay sovereign, man. I stay blissful. I stay ecstatic. I stay knowledgeable. I learned my lessons enough to stick with the best, the finest. The world's finest are Radha and Krishna and Lord Chaitanya and his devotees. Man, are they fantastic. And the devotees here in the Sangha are so fantastic. Lalita, she's fantastic because she's right here. Yeah. I love those who love Krishna. Sorry, that's
We
just
are
kind of
so
how it is for
fortunate.
me. Yeah.
We're just fortunate. I fell with my ass in the butter.
Now that's a good one. You can quote her on that there, whoever wants to. So, Parmananda Puri. Oh, by his inconceivable powers, the Lord became the gardener, the trunk, and the branches simultaneously. The Lord became the gardener and the trunk and the branches simultaneously. And that's why, if this is going to be again preached in this world like he did, you have to find the empowered versions. That's why it's not being preached except here. Because here you're seeing the empowered version, right? We prove it. We prove the trunk is here. See, the storehouse is here. The branch is here, right? The branch is here, and the what else is there? Branch. Yeah, the gardener is here. You know, gardener, the from the outside and the inside. See, the gardener is because the Lord is. This is why, Krishna says, you're guaranteed to get me if you stick with my devotee. You find my real devotee. See? Because you're guaranteed, because you got everything there. The gardener himself will jump in your heart, will awaken in your heart when you find a true vine. That's the bona fide spiritual master. See, the Lord will activate in your house. They're the activating principle of spiritual life. Chapter 12, Adi Lila, Chaitanya Charitamrita. See? They activate you, the gardener inside you, the super soul begins to act. They work from the outside, the super soul from the inside. See, the gardener, the trunk. See, the trunk is the Lord, man. And they become like a trunk for you. That's why you glorify your guru's name. You become ecstatic. You from tears come. Those who are ecstatic devotees know what I'm talking about. Okay? And they let's see. The bestower of its fruits. You see, the Lord uses the devotee to act like he does. What do you think representative of Krishna means? You represent the Lord. What is it? Just a word? Just a dhoti? Just a rubber stamp title? No, it's the job description. You do it, man. Love of God is distributed because the Lord uses you to distribute it. Only you can understand it. And if anybody's going to understand it, they have to get it from you because you're experiencing all of these things. You're a living scripture. It's tattooed on your temple. You're the map. You ever see these movies with they're looking for the map for the treasure. Where's the map? And then it just appears on the body of a certain person. What is this? This is Krishna teaching. There, the devotee is the map. What is what Jesus meant? I'm the way. He is the way. What I have done, all men must do. Huh. That's why you see, for people, they got to go through a crucifixion. I already did that. I went through it like this. But everybody here, they go through a crucifixion, literally. You're a worm and stool of this world, and you're transformed into a butterfly. And we've proved it already, and we will continue to prove that God is really working here. Radha and Krishna are really working here, man. We'll make it factual to the world. And if it becomes factual, what happens? People find the door. Wow, thank you for, not putting a shade over the door. Not stop and thank you for not hiding the door. They're gonna think that's why everybody everybody apologized to Jesus after he took some generations, and everybody apologized to Lord Chaitanya, and everybody will apologize to Lalita Ganga for how they treated her. You'll see, and maybe even Gaur Hari Das. She doesn't treat anybody bad. I'm the culprit, man. Oh man, am I a rascal, man? I just rip off everybody's illusion, man. I don't even. It's like poor people. They got nowhere to hide. I think Tom's fallen asleep. No, thinking deeply. All right. Paramananda Puri, Keshava Bharti, Brahmananda Puri, Brahmananda Bharti, and Vishnu Puri, Keshava Puri, and Krishnanandana Puri, and Tirtha and Sukhananda, and 9 sannyasi roots all sprouted from the trunk of the tree. Thus the tree stood steadfastly on the strength of these 9 roots. So you see, people, they're also, because this is the trunk, is Lord Chaitanya, by mantra, his pastimes, his devotees, his philosophy, his ecstasy. See, so from these nine sannyasi roots, we got these kind of roots here. You see, this is the whole point. Becoming strong, rooted in Lord Chaitanya, right? Rooted in this philosophy, rooted in this ecstasy. This is what needs to be solid here. See, Maya is not taking you down. See, therefore now the devotees can go and share this with others. People say, "Wow, this is your reality?" Yes, it is, man. Let me show you. See, otherwise it's still testing. Oh, you go and you share your reality with people, and they go, "Blah," and you cower away. Oh, I don't know. No, this is it, man. That's what Loche. Everybody, they just started to go on the streets without fear. Before they were a little afraid because the Muslims would come, cause he's going to get you. How dare you? And they just started boldly going down the streets. They knew they had a reality that was very important for the world. They knew that what they understood and what they were feeling and what they knew, the knowledge they had would be the only way to deliver the world. And they went out and shared it. Even Christians have some of that, they go out there and they preach and they get some of them really inspired too. You get really, why? Because they're preaching, about taking shelter of a devotee. Jesus is a devotee. He's very dear to God. Just by doing that, okay, then nothing's exactly always so clear, but just by preaching, hey, take shelter of a devotee. And then people say, oh, no, we don't want to do, yeah. No, we're also like that. We don't need, they keep preaching it. Yeah, taking shelter of the devotee is the essence of all life. Real devotee. When you find a living devotee in this world, you found the real path. You found the quick way back to Godhead. You found the elevator, especially when they're preaching and not keeping their mouths shut about it. Or you come to them and they got it inside, but they give you a bunch of rules and regulations because there's no room for this kind of word. Well, obviously, this is time for this. It's time because you're coming. Can you imagine just even 30, 40 people going back to God? That's pretty good. Everything's icing after that. And there's going to be so many more. This mission is huge. You think the Lord's going to waste any of this stuff that was going on here? It's not easy to find people that can, do his kind of work here like this to this level and extent. Really? Can you imagine? I mean, it's not these are this kind of a rare kind of thing we're doing here. That's why you see many people coming now. Yeah, go ahead, what?
You need to be empowered, otherwise it's not possible to do this.
It's not
Not
impossible.
possible.
No way. No way. Yeah. Okay, Tom, you want to say something? Go ahead.
Does the mic work now?
Yeah, it works now.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, because there's the headphone. Okay. Um, I really feel not motivated, but I feel I'm not empowered, but I'm coming here to get empowered. I want to have the energy to go to Lalita, but this morning I had no energy.
Oh, yeah. It takes a lot of power to get to go over to Lolita's place, she's a
I don't know,
powerhouse.
but it became such a big thing that it just paralyzed me.
Yeah.
It's too important. But I'm sorry.
Yes. Your Maya is threatened. It knows if it goes to Lolita, it's gonna be
I will,
purified.
I will call you after class.
It's so weird. It's so weird. I know know you're right, but there's something like, yeah, the resistance, like you
Yeah.
say, this resistance of Maya.
It's the death of the false ego that's afraid. The false ego's afraid if it goes to Lilita, it'll be smashed and eaten up, gobbled up.
Yeah, but
It-
it worked a few days. It just paralyzed me.
yeah,
It makes
yeah,
me lame. I have
yeah,
no energy.
yeah, yeah.
I want to go, but it's like the battery is emptied
Uh,
out immediately. No
uh,
power.
uh, uh, yeah. Um, I'm
So
sure that.
I hope I still have some days to
You have
try.
7 days left.
Okay, that helps.
Oh, are you going to Turkey after that?
No, 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 no. I'm talking about Maharaj Parisi.
Oh, yeah, you have 7 days left. Yeah, you got at least seven, maybe,
No,
maybe.
no, I'm not going to Turkey yet. No, 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 no,
No,
no.
no, not yet. Not at all.
Not strong enough, Guru
Oh,
Maharaj.
not
I'm
strong
not
enough.
strong
Yeah,
enough
yeah, yeah,
because I have my wealth. No, no,
yeah.
no. My assurance here. I don't have an
Oh,
assurance.
yeah, 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 yeah. This it's good to be by the sea here too. So that's good. Sea is good, and healthy.
And there's another thing that here in Holland and the Netherlands, people are also trying to find a way out. Yes, and they are doing big demonstrations today. Yes, but I I feel the level they are battling this on that level, it will not work.
Mm.
This demonstrating and it's still adjusting to their level. Yes, and when I go to this level to Lalita,
Mm.
it's another approach, another level, and
Hmm.
I feel that level that love works, and to conquer this on still a material level, it will not work.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, of course. I mean, it's very powerful, and the demons and demigods have been fighting all, that's all they do. The demons like to make slaves, and the demigods want to be free. But they don't neither have sovereignty, full sovereignty, until they become real devotees and surrendered to love of God. Most don't, like there's a lot of good people out there, and they're doing good things and everything, but they don't know this. Hey, this is the ultimate power. This is the ultimate freedom. This is the ultimate happiness. This is the ultimate benediction. What we're doing in this Sangha is the ultimate, ultimate, ultimate of everything. There ain't anything more than this. There ain't anything better than this. You can go in this meta universe of, all these virtual things, and you won't see any of this. Hey, this is. I mean, that's what God came here to show, the ultimate, right? He came here to reveal not just small things, this big thing, love of Krishna, and to give it to the world. And that's what we're here to do. Anybody comes here and takes the preaching here seriously and really attentively listens, you'll see the word will bear fruit. It already does. It's bared fruit in many of you. The fructification of love of Krishna. So that's going to happen. You just got your mentality and doubts, and that'll all be resolved in due course. How else can you do it? Better to be here, and gradually you'll chip away at all that stuff. Look. People have been here already a couple of years or a few years, and they're still having trouble believing in this bhakti. But that's why you got to be here. You got to stay around to see this is really real. This is very powerful. This is really true. This is what Lord Chaitanya had. And when you get really convinced, have more spiritual experiences too. See, people that wonder, well, I only have a few experiences and everything. Well, what's the reason is because you don't have enough faith in this bhakti yet. You don't have enough faith in the devotees here who have this bhakti. I have faith in there's devotees who get something here and then they go off a little bit. And I have faith in that bhakti still. It's still there, but it's covered. Usually gets covered by those who disconnect from this vine. See, and this teaching. Yeah, so anyway, it's a process. All right, so I think it's still early. I'll probably end here anyway. And you guys can do something if you want. Yeah, I probably interrupted Lolita's class. I just, no?
No. It suddenly I was preaching and preaching and preaching, and suddenly I watched. I want to see the comments, and I
Oh,
saw everything was black. My video just stopped, so I preached to the walls.
ooh. You preach to the walls. Okay. Okay. All right, good. All right, so I'll see you guys later. Have a nice morning. Hare Krishna.